Hello everyone. Now today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 4, that is heat. In this chapter we will discuss about heat, hot and cold, and temperature, thermometer and different methods of transfer of heat. The first topic, that is heat. In this topic, before starting this topic, have you ever thought when we run, after running we feel hot? Similarly, during a winter season, when we rub our palms, we feel hot. In some other examples, like when we grind the spices in the mixer, after some time it becomes hot. And so, in these examples, during running, after running, we feel hot, and after rubbing our palms together, we feel hot, and after grinding the spices in the mixer, it becomes hot because some kind of work has been done in these examples, and for doing this work some kind of energy is used, and some part of this energy is changed into heat. That's why we feel hot after running, and we feel hot when we rub our palms together, and the mixer, it becomes hot when we grind the spices in the mixer, because some kind of work has been done in all these examples, and some kind of energy, like during running our muscular energy is used, during rubbing our palms muscular energy is used, and during the grinding of spices in the mixer mechanical energy is used. So different kind of energies are used for doing this work, and some part of this energy, it is changed into heat. That's why we feel hot, and the mixer, it becomes hot. Similarly, in some other examples, like when we boil a water, and a lid is there in the container, and after some time the lid, it pushes upward because steam is produced, and it falls down because steam is produced, and some part of this energy, some part of this steam, it is changed into heat, and due to the production of heat, the lid, it falls down. So in all these examples, some work has been done, and some energy is used, and some part of this energy, it is changed into heat. So we can say, we can define heat, it is a form of energy, because always in the physics, energy, it can't be destroyed, energy, it can't be formed. One part of energy, one kind of energy, it can be changed into another kind of energy. So all these examples, like muscular energy change into heat, and mechanical energy also change into heat. So some kind of energy is changed into heat. So energy can't be formed, energy can't be destroyed, it can be changed from one form to another form. So we can define heat, it is a form of energy like other types of energy, and due to the production of heat, we feel hot. Now our next topic, that is hot and cold. So as we are saying, due to the production of heat, we feel hot. So as we know, when a body possesses heat, it becomes hot, and when a body loses heat, it becomes cold. So when a body, it possesses heat, it becomes hot, and when a body loses heat, it becomes cold. Similarly, in our surrounding, in our day-to-day life, in our surroundings, some objects, they are hot, and some other objects, they are cold. Like in ice cream, it is a cold, and a cup of tea, it is a hot. And other examples also, like water, in a water bottle, sometimes water is hot and sometimes water is cold. So in our surroundings, some objects are hot and some are cold. And how can we decide these objects are hot and these objects are cold? By touching. We can touch the object and we can say it is a hot and it is a cold. So we can decide by hot and cold by the sense of touch. By touching, we can say this object it is a hot and this object it is a cold. But sometimes our sense of touch, they are not reliable measure of hotness and coldness, because maybe one glass there is a water, it is a hot, but in other glass there is a lukewarm water. So how can we decide how much it is hot and how much it is cold, how much it is hotter than other type of water? So sometimes the sense of touch, they are not reliable measure of hotness and coldness. For proving this, we can perform one activity. In this activity, we take 3 mugs. And label these mugs A, B and C. In mug A, we take a cold water. In mug B, in mug A, we take a cold water. In mug B, we take a bearable hot water. And in mug C, we take a lukewarm water. Now we put our left hand in mug A and right hand in mug B simultaneously. So our left hand which is in mug A, it feels cold, and our right hand which is in mug B, it feels hot. After some time, after 1 minute, we put both the hands at the same time in mug C, in which lukewarm water is there. And after 1 minute, after some time, we feel that our left hand, it was in cold water, it feels hot, and the right hand, it was in hot water, it feels cold. So we can prove this by this activity. Sometimes our sense of touch, they are not reliable measure of hotness and coldness, because our left hand, it is feeling the hot, and our right hand, it is feeling the cold. So we can prove that our sense of touch, they are not reliable measure of degree of hotness and coldness. So for degree of hotness and coldness, for the reliable measuring of degree of hotness and coldness, there is a term which is known as temperature. So temperature means a reliable measuring of degree of hotness and coldness, it is known as temperature. So now we have discussed about heat. Heat, it is a form of energy, and some kind of work it is done, and some type of energy is used, and some part of this energy is changed into heat. That's why we can define heat. Heat, it is a form of energy, and energy can't be formed, energy can't be destroyed. One kind of energy is changed into another kind of energy. Next is hot and cold. So in our surroundings, some objects, they are hot and some objects are cold, but we can't say that they are, how much they are hot and how much they are cold. So our sense of touch, they are not reliable measure of hotness and coldness. So there is a term for measuring the hotness and coldness of an object, that is temperature. Now thank you for watching my video.